This defense I'm about to show you guys is literally unfair. What's up, YouTube? It's Duke back here from sportsgamers.com. And if you need help on Madden 22, join the club. It seems like everybody does. So in this Madden 22 tip video, I'm about to break down an unstoppable blitzing defense. It gets insane pressure. It's going to be able to beat pretty much any protection scheme, and it stops the run and the pass at the same time, all with a super easy setup. So I don't want to waste too much time here. I do want to get straight into the setup. I do want to remind you guys, though, that I do free Madden 22 tips, gameplays, and news on my YouTube channel. So if you do like this content, make sure you subscribe. Drop us a like on the video and comment. All that stuff helps out a lot. And if we can get to 300 likes on this video, I will drop another nasty blitzing defense on my YouTube channel. So I'm in the Chicago Bears defensive playbook. We're looking at the nickel triple formation. I prefer to run this with auto flip on. This allows me, because I'm going to run the play nickel blitz, to get the nickel corner on the strong side of the offensive formation, because you guys know most people this year run some sort of bunch, maybe bunch tight end, where they have three receivers on one side. So you always want to make sure you match up to the strength of the offensive formation. So let's just show you guys how this blitz works real fast. The setup is easy. First, I'm going to show you guys how it works if they don't block anybody. Then we're going to get into some other blocking schemes, maybe blocking the running back, tight end delayed fades, max protect. We'll show you a few different formations, all that. So the setup is super simple. I'm going to control this linebacker right here. Remember, this is a formation, by the way, that you can sub safeties in the game for your linebackers, so that is nice. But we're just going to pinch the defense. I'm going to pinch the defense by hitting R1 on PlayStation. It's RB on Xbox and down on the left stick. I'm going to crash my defensive line to the inside, slant them inside, and blitz all linebackers. If you don't know how to blitz off your linebackers, you just hit to the right on the D-pad, and then you hit down on the right analog stick, and that's all you got to do. I like to stand over this guard opposite the running back and basically just engage with him for a split second after the ball snapped. Now, if the running back goes out on a route, you're going to need to guard him immediately. So if you see that, go check him in the flat. Just a reminder, guys, I do premium Madden 22 tips on sportsgamers.com. I have content for both current and next gen. I have offensive and defensive schemes, ebooks, and I do weekly tips. So if you're looking for some extra ammunition to get better and win more games in Madden 22, check out sportsgamers.com. So we're going up against this bunch offense here, and this time we're not going to block anybody. So I see that the running back hits the flat. I'm going to go guard him. And you see we get two people free. It's very key, because that's what's going to allow you guys to get this pressure no matter what the offense does for the most part. Now, one thing you could do here, something that I actually do a decent amount, is if the running back is opposite you, as he is here, your user, and the tight end is, you guys can see we're kind of misaligned. Something I will do in order to prevent what happened here was just me having to chase the running back across the formation, which I still was able to get underneath it, possibly to get a pick animation. But to make your life easier, you can actually just man up the guy that's on the tight end to the running back, and then you can worry about the tight end yourself. So as I mentioned, if the offense is going to be in a formation like this, to where when you pinch the defense, your safety is on the tight end across the formation, you can easily fix this just by going ahead and manning up that safety onto the running back, as I do here. Therefore, you worry about the tight end, and the safety gets the running back, and we're still going to get that same pressure. Again, if the offense doesn't block anybody, and you see that, just immediately at the snap, peel off, go into the flat, and we're going to be able to get the quick sack. Now, the other thing I want to mention is when you pinch the defense, and if you don't have fast corners, make sure you shade over the top. That's going to make sure that you don't get any crazy beat press animations to where there's just wide open receivers. If you don't have good fast press corners, definitely shade over the top. And also, I sometimes shade outside too, because that does help too on the free releases that the offense could possibly get. This is going to make sure that they just don't get any free releases for touchdowns. As you guys can see here, shading over the top does make a big difference. So now I want to show you guys what I would do if they start to block extra players. So again, it's nickel blitz, and I have auto flip on. Remember, you can sub safeties in at linebacker. All right, so we're going to move the ball back a little bit just to give ourselves some more room to work with. So first I just want to show the running back being kept in on a blocking assignment. Now as you guys can see here, obviously I'm getting really good edge pressure, especially from this corner off the strong side of the formation. So you definitely want these edge rushers, especially that slot corner, to be fast, okay? Now, so again, we're just going to pinch the defense, crash our defensive line to the inside, slant them inside, blitz them down, whatever you want to say, blitz off our linebackers, and stand over this guard away from the running back. Now, again, remember that at the end of the day, if they do block the running back, you do still want to touch up this guard, okay? Now, when you touch this guard, what's going to happen is that's going to allow multiple players to come in free. And you can change the coverage on the back end if you wish. Like, you could definitely make this a cover 2 on this side of the field. Something like this if you want to do that. That's completely up to you. But it is a man-to-man base defense. So if you do change the coverage, make sure you're aware of what you could be beat by here. Which, if I did something like this, I would have to watch the middle of the field myself. But that's obviously just something I'd be aware of. As you guys can see, I take away the receiver coming over the middle. I just touch that guard for a split second. I'm not actually blitzing, but what that does is make the O-line confused to allow these extra players to come in. Again, we still get 2 free. We get that crazy gap pressure on the left. The running back picks him up, but then I have the guy coming free from the outside too for the sack, and there's nobody open. Now, this still works the same way if the offense tries to just do a tight end delay fade. Okay, that's another common way people try to block blitzes, right? Something like this. So again, if I go ahead and pinch my defense, same thing, crash the D-line, blitz my linebackers, and again, I can shade over the top, man up the running back if I feel like I don't want to worry about that. And now here, my responsibility is to tight end, and if he's on a tight end delayed fade, obviously I'll have to be aware of that. Guys, I want you to notice I'm not using contains with my rush angles here. That is actually very important. This defense screams harder when you don't use your contains. And you just use regular blitz angles. So again, I see the tight ends kept in. I just engage, and then I'm just waiting for the tight end delayed fade. But they have no chance to even release him because this blitz is screaming so hard, guys. This blitz gets so much pressure against every blocking scheme out there. I want you guys to look at this replay in a second here and notice the tight end delayed fade. He has no shot to really even get close to releasing in his route because of how fast this pressure really does come. So if you send this blitz, they're not going to have time for all that rollout, throw tight and delayed fade nonsense to begin with. But still, we do look at it with our user because we know that's the one thing that we're assigned for. So if something crazy happens, the play breaks down, we have to be aware of that. Now, the last thing I want to show in bunch anyways is if they take it to the next level and block the running back with the delayed fade too. This would essentially be max protect, right? Now, this doesn't stop it either, so we can do the same thing. We're just going to pinch our defense, slant our D-line to the inside, blitz our linebackers. This is what it looks like, so you can see again. We're going to do any coverage adjustments we want. I always like to shade over the top, though. It's just safer to make sure you don't get beat. And stand over this guard. So now an example like this, the running back and tight end both stay in. Really all I'm looking for is maybe a quick route to the sideline, like a corner route, maybe a quick route over the middle. Doesn't really matter because, again, we're getting insane pressure. Absolutely insane. Look, they keep 2 extra guys in, but they still ignore that rusher coming off the edge, and we get a sack. Now, again, this is obviously a man-to-man based defense, so you do need corners that are fast with good man coverage to make it the best it could be. But, you're seeing here, the Panthers, they have a decent secondary, but it's not like I'm playing mutt with just goons everywhere, and it works just fine. Now, I oftentimes have guys ask me to show blitzes against spread formations or just, something other than compressed and bunch. So we're just going to do that here. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to pick a spread formation and show you guys how I would adjust with that. So, again, I'm going to just pinch my defense. Now, guys, against something like this, keep in mind, it's going to be a little bit different. So you guys notice that because I have auto flip on, my defense is aligned a bit differently. So that's fine. I'm still going to go ahead and move this corner in against these types of formations so he's kind of right next to the edge rusher. And this time, again, you stand over the guard away from the running back. But, everything else is completely the same as far as what I do. In this case right here, I would be worried about the running back with my user. So if the running back goes out on a route, that's all me. But if he stays in, I can kind of just play the middle of the field or whatever I possibly see coming open. So I see the running back staying in, and I'm able to get some quick pressure. That time, it was almost like a weird disengage. I'm going to do that for you again. So I pinch the defense, slant the D-line inside, blitz all these linebackers, QB contain. I'm sorry, not QB contain. Shade my coverage up and just move that blitzer in a bit. So I'm just looking at the running back. If the running back goes out, I guard him. If he doesn't, I kind of just sit over the middle, maybe try to jump a quick sideline type route. But you guys can see the running back blocking is not going to stop this because we have auto flip on. He comes the opposite way. Also, we're getting some good pressure from the right side of the screen because the guard and the tackle have to block 3 guys, so the running back has to be aware over there. And we kind of confuse the guard with our user, so this corner off the left edge comes free. So that's pretty much how the blitz works. It's super easy to set up. It also stops the run too. If they try to just audible to the inside zone, I can do the exact same thing. And, I'm not going to say, like, you want to run this against I-form tight or some sort of jumbo single back formation. Of course not. But, it still, as you guys can see, does a good job against the run. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this tip. Until next time, it's Duke, and I am out of here.